Okay, firstly, the market profile. Well, what you can see over here, and let me just make this a little bit larger for you. What we have already is we've taken out yesterday's high, and we've done it on the futures session. But the market is really, until you can't take much substance in this move at this moment because we're approaching the very important CPI numbers that are happening this morning, and it's starting at 8 o'clock, so just be very alert to that. Now, if on the one scenario we start offering down, say for example we have an inline of last month's previous Saxony CPI number, or we have something that is a beat, that causes a potential offer, or even if it's not a strong number, but the market does offer, just be careful of trying to buy dips. Now, the reason why I say that, be careful of buying dips anywhere until around 89 when the Bund move started a bit yesterday, because this has no auctioning activity that's protected the markets a bit from yesterday. I mean, the bid from yesterday afternoon after Draghi's statement was really every price was auctioned, 2,000 to 3,000 lots. And when prices aren't auctioned with nice block auctions of 3, 4, 6, 7, 8,000 lots, understand your relevant markets, protective integrity. A large integrity in the auction, you want to be careful of trying to select a dip. So any move below the 160.220, this current low at the moment, just be very careful, because the market can easily retrace, and we've seen holiday moves being retraced completely on the downside. So that's the first thing you just wanted to bring to your attention after the key data points that do come out. So below 162.20 is going to be really, really key to keep an eye out. With regards to the upside, there's nothing really to be stopping us until the gap 162.49, which, let me just bring this to your attention. 162.49 is going to be the gap close. So this is the gap move over here, and then a move above the 162.49, we start entering a new value zone. So you can see here, nice value area here, another nice, neat value area. So this really starts becoming an entire new value zone. So if we put our price flag into this area above 162.49, well, then you expect the market to rotate to the other side of value to around, the upper echelon of this value of 162.95. And then testing potentially 163.03. You got a couple of single prints and loads of single prints over here. But if we start breaching above this area and really above this zone over here, 163.16, if we start putting some good volume and activity above here, well, I see it actually becoming magnetic towards this ledge structure over here at 163.47. I know that's quite significantly up, but depending on how the market really transpires in the next couple of days, just preparing for the landscape ahead, the profile landscape ahead, and understanding where your significant anomaly structures are located. But these are your key, towards the upside, these are your key value zones over here, and a key value zone over here with an anomaly ledge structure towards the upside. With regards towards the downside, what you really want to keep an eye on today, I'm just going to bring this to your attention. What you want to keep a very close eye is any trading back into these single prints. Be very alert to that. The market could easily auction, and then maybe potentially auction this anomaly cave area. We've got a dumbbell distribution here, effectively two TPO weights on either side of yesterday's profile. So there's not much activity that's been traded here. So if the market does start trading into here, I expect it to be potentially, there's two outcomes: either one of those grind and it auctions each price that wasn't auctioned yesterday, or a swift move through and then a retracement back as it then starts range bound and trading out this unauctioned holiday zone. So just keep a very close eye on that. Any trade below this previous high from last week, 161.88, and then really nothing below the market, and we're quite substantially far away from last week's now of value area high, which is situated at 161.31. That's the weekly metrics. Let me just show you what the weekly last week's week profile looks like. You can see over here we have this little unauctioned zone over here, and the weekly value area high is 161.31. So just keep a very just be aware of your weekly metrics. And then the weekly TPOC and VPOC area is situated within one tick striking distance of each other, 160.91 and 160.90, and the weekly area low is 160.65. So we've traded, we have an inside value area of the previous week, but now we've opened quite comfortably outside of last week's value area high. And what's important on that, if you start looking at the daily structures, you can actually start seeing on the daily structures at this very moment, the last 4 days, 1, 2, 3, 4, the green bodies are becoming larger and larger and larger. So I don't know if that's spelling, for this trend to start changing, you'd probably need one of the green bodies to be smaller than the prior day's body. But at the moment, the ranges on the dailies on the green bodies are just expanding in this up move now. So every day's range on the Bund daily candles, the green bodies are becoming larger and larger, the range. So just something to be alert of. If we see a change in that pattern, then there's a potential play for the market to deviate from that play.